Peace, everybody. Welcome to Capital Combat. The name says it all. I'm Hakeem Branch, and I am going to have a very quick reaction, because brother got to go to work, to Naoya Inoue defeating Stephen Fulton via 8th round knockout. Now, if you haven't yet, go back and watch the preview video where Rob and I broke down this fight, and we did pick Inoue to win that fight. And to kind of wrap up or sum up that preview video, the questions that we had were, would the weight finally catch up to Inoue? Would Fulton's boxing ability be able to give him problems? And those were the main two. Were, would the power carry? Would the weight be a problem? Would the boxing ability of Fulton be able to give Inoue any type of problems? And actually, it was the complete opposite. Inoue put on a boxing clinic against Fulton. He was able to, as the great brother Nazim Richardson used to say, swim without getting wet. He was in the pocket and he was able to move out of the way of Fulton's counters whenever he tried. Whenever Fulton tried to press the action, he was able to slide out and reset and come right back towards Fulton. He was beating him to the punch. He was actually the faster fighter. That is probably the one thing that surprised me in this fight. Like I said, we did end up picking Inoue to win. However, the way he did so was not only emphatic. I know a lot of people are going to talk about, the punching power and stuff like that, but you have to give him the credit of being the superior boxer against someone who is considered a superior boxer. He's got to get full credit for that. And also, you got to give Fulton credit for hanging in there. Some of the things he did, unfortunately, he was a little hesitant, and be that from the boxing ability of Inoue to slide out of the way and counter him when he could. That was one of the keys of victory that I laid out in the preview video, saying that he would have to counter him when he came in. And then one of the questions that we had was, would Fulton be able to use his size, possibly get in there and rough him up? And that's not necessarily his style, but we've seen that happen when guys go up in weight, or like in the heavyweight division, somebody's just bigger. That wasn't what Fulton was trying to do. And even when they did get into clinches, which were very few, he never used his weight to make Inoue fight him off. And so, his whole plan was to try to outbox him, try to catch him, which he did a couple times. He just never followed up in a way that was ever of any consequence. His best round, I think rounds 5 and 7, he had some success, but it was nowhere near enough to fully win the round. I think in the 7th round, ESPN had him outlanding Inoue, but the volume and the significant punches still probably swung that round the other way. So next up, he's got another unification, the other fighter that has the other 2 belts in the division. So there's a very strong possibility that he becomes a 2-weight 4-belt holder. And there's only a couple people, hold on, now that I think about it, I don't think there's been any men that have done that, become undisputed champion in 2 weight classes. Terrence Crawford can do it on Saturday in 2 of the hottest divisions in the history of the sport, and that's going to be a serious thing if he can. But let's go back to Inoue and how great that performance was. Hats off to him. Hats off to Fulton. He tried to stick it out. He was unable to. That finishing section was pure beauty from Inoue. The way he was able to punch over the jab, outspeed when Fulton was trying to roll that punch, which is something he was doing very well early on in the fight. He was rolling with punches. He was blocking a lot of punches, but he never had any answer and any counter. No counters were available when he did defend the offense of Inoue. So, man, that was great. That's all I got. Like I said, brother got to go to work. So, like this video, subscribe. Like we said in the preview video, we've got the Spence Crawford preview coming up. We've got a UFC 291 preview coming up, and we'll recap those fights as well. So thanks for watching. Leave your thoughts below, and until the next time, fight on.
This is round one, and you've already lost. They don't seem to see that everything we've done is coming and gone. My fists are on fire. I perform till I perspire. My demons are in a rage. Keep thinking that it's a game. I kick crime, hurricane. I told them I don't play. I'm liquid.
Black Street Fighter.